So to continue my video, so we know we're not gonna see a classic. We know we're not gonna see a great match. We're not gonna see a dream match. Like I always tell people, every match that people say, "Oh wow, this would have been a dream match with Goldberg in it," I'm like, you know when it would have been a dream match? It would have been a dream match if he was in his prime, or if he could at least still go in the ring. Because we got Sting over here going in the ring like he's in his 30s. And I'm like, damn. And he's having, like, longer matches. I mean, granted, he's in tag matches. He's still having longer matches than Goldberg by a mile. Like, literally, y'all would think I'm messing around, but, like, the average length of Goldberg's matches in his run in WWE, his average length in his matches are literally, like, 4 minutes. The one with Lashley only lasted 10 minutes because they actually, like, fought all over the arena in that Saudi show. They fought all over the arena, and then obviously it led to the spot where Goldberg speared Lashley through the table, and I don't think Goldberg should have won that. And everyone's like, well, he hit his son and all that stuff, so it makes sense that you would have him win. But I'm like, dude, how did you just have a very awkward match at SummerSlam? They had such an awkward match at SummerSlam. I couldn't tell what was going on. You could tell he kind of went hitting him with the chair as hard as he could have. And I'm just like, okay, bro, this match is the one at SummerSlam that they had. It was just getting awkward. And I'm like, all right, bro, just end this. End this already, bro. Like, come on, dude. Let's just wrap this up, bro. We know you can't go in the ring. There's no shade to you. I will say, when I kind of came back into wrestling, and nothing even brought me back into it, I just randomly started watching it again. And when I researched Goldberg, I was like, oh, snap, bro. This literally is my dream wrestler. Like a guy who's aggressive, a guy who can go pretty, decent on the mic, and ultimately just destroy people. Because that's ultimately entertaining. It's just when you see a guy that just plows and just trucks through people, like just mangles them. So it's like, it was like the dream. It was like your dream superstar in the wrestling business. But then he got older, and then he started accepting every big check WWE has to offer him. They say, all right, well, you only got to wrestle 2 matches for probably like $1 million. And, if someone says that, you're not turning that down. All they got to do is wrestle 2 matches. And on top of that, they're not even going to be that long. So I'm like, yo, that's a good freaking deal. I'm not saying I wouldn't accept it, but it's just like, dude, I wish Goldberg would come back to actually put someone over. Like I said before that, like, if I had to book WrestleMania, I honestly would have had Goldberg versus Big E. Because Big E could use a Goldberg rub to get that momentum back going for him. That'd be a good start. Because we're treating him, which I can agree, we're treating him like a WWE legend. I can, say I agree with him being a legend. But I'm like, okay, well, since you're being a legend and you no longer are having a full-time run in the WWE, shouldn't you be putting people who are going to be there for at least 5-10 more years over? Like, these people are still there. Like, this is paying their bills. This is what they're doing to afford themselves a living. Meanwhile, Goldberg is probably doing stuff outside of WWE to earn himself money. So I'm like, I don't understand why we're not having him put people over. Like, if you really think about Goldberg's last matches, he's only lost, every time he's lost, it's typically been like he had a belt. Like he lost a belt to somebody. Like, that's been his recent losses. And that's where it gets me mad. And it's like, dude, you only make him lose when he has a belt. And I'm like, the fact that he had a belt in the first place makes me sick. So it's just like, what are we doing? Like, can we please book him to where he's actually helping people? Because Goldberg does not need to look strong anymore. He's already had his undefeated streak in WCW at that point in time until it got defeated or whatever. But I'm like, everyone knows about that. Like, he already has that going for him. So I never understood why he needs to be booked strong still. Like, dude, just have him go in there and put people over. No, people who need it. Like, because there's like top stars where it's like, they don't really need it because their momentum's already great, but Goldberg would just enhance it. But I'm like, dude, please put somebody who would actually need a big win, like Big E, because they already ruined him at day one. I don't even know why they did that, because if you think about it, basically Big E's first title defense, because that was the title match at day one, I think he did have a title defense with Austin Theory, but if you don't keep up with Raw, you don't know anything about that, so I'm not counting it. So his first title match started off with just him and Rollins. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then they had him go against Kevin Owens. Then it just got cluster crapped. But I'll get back to y'all later.